Hey everyone, Jacob again, and today is going to be a hodgepodge review of all of the pre-workouts that I had in my cabinet at this particular point in time. And some good, some bad, some ugly, but I'll kind of go through each one, list out my opinions, pros, cons, things of that nature. Before I get started, I am going to tell you that pre-workouts kind of come in one of two categories. There are the kind that taste good and don't work as well, and then the kind that you would probably rather go drink gasoline, but they're definitely going to get you there in terms of waking you up and getting you excited to go to the gym. So we're probably going to go least favorite to most favorite and what I've got immediately available. I've got Stimulant 6 in Sour Gummy. We have got a sticky note. The Curse, which is, I believe, lemon flavored. And then we've got Methyl Effects, which is cherry limeade flavored. Now, I told you I was going to go least favorite to most favorite. We're going to mix that up a little bit. We're going to start with Cobra. Cobra's The Curse. Lemon flavored. Taste. Definitely tastes good. It tastes lemony. It's not overly bitter. It's not overly stimulant tasting. A lot of your pre-workouts will taste super stimulant heavy. For any of those who have tried, what's a good one? Either C4 or Assault. That funny aftertaste is what I'm talking about. You don't really get that much with the Curse. It's just a nice little lemon flavor. So flavor is good. As far as either pumps go or energy is concerned, not the strongest you're going to find. If you're just getting started with pre-workouts, maybe something to look into, but it wasn't that great for me. I had to go, up 2-3 scoops in order to get some perks out of this. It's got your standard defenders as far as pre-workouts go, your beta-alanine, your creatine, monohydrate in this stuff as opposed to creatine, HCl, and it's got some citric acid, which is probably where the lemon flavor comes in. It's got arginine and citrulline as far as its calls it a blood flow amplifier matrix, but those are your vasodilators, and then it's got some caffeine. So not anything super outlandish or crazy. Pretty much every one of those ingredients you're going to be able to pronounce. So probably a nice place to start if you have never used a pre-workout before. All right. Dust. Methyl Effects. All right. I've got good and bad things to say about this particular product. It's from Underground Formulations, and truth be told, I actually don't think you can buy this anymore. Reason being is it was one of the few pre-workouts that were around for a few years that have DMAA 1,3 or the hell is the name of it actually? Dimethylamine is what it's called. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's damn close to meth. It is a hell of a stimulant that is going to wake you up. It's going to help you breathe. It's just going to make you feel good, for lack of a better term. I'm a pretty big fan of the stuff. I think it's great in terms of pre-workouts. That being said, more and more research is coming out that has shown that it has some negative side effects, which is why the FDA has recently banned it. Bit of a side note on that, if you do have this in your system, you will have a false positive for meth if you ever have a blood test go, blood or urine. In addition to that is also one of the banned substances for competition. But I'm not competing with anyone except for myself, so I wasn't that bothered by it. Has DMAA and ephedra in it. This stuff kicks like a beast. Great pre-workout. That said, in addition to those, it's got your standard creatine, your beta-alanine, and your caffeine, and a handful of other ingredients that you can take or leave. This is the cherry limeade flavor, which I think is actually the only flavor it comes in. I will tell you, this stuff is not easy to palate. Um, if any of you have ever had Zithromax, which is, I guess, the replacement for amoxicillin, it's an antibiotic, which tastes awful, by the way. This is, if you could imagine someone taking Zithromax and watering it down with like a Sonic Cherry Limeade, that's about what this stuff tastes like. It's not good at all. But kicks great, good pumps. It actually will dry you out a little bit, so you'll look leaner, and it'll wake you up. So that's the only reason I palate it, is because the product's that good. What else can I say? I think that's about it for meth effects here. Warning, if you do ever take DMAA, do not mix it with decongestants. Reason being is it is super close to amphetamines, which is also where things like Sudafed are. Sudafed is another amphetamine. If you double up on those, you'll feel good for about an hour, and then you're going to feel like you're dying. The two drugs interact, and it's not a good time. So if you're going to take methyl effects, assuming you can find the shit, don't mix it with any sort of nasal decongestant. You'll feel like you're dying. All right. Next thing that I've got on my lovely little list is Stimulant 1-6, or Stimulant 6, or maybe 6 is the brand name. It looks like this. This is the sour gummy flavor, and this particular pre-workout has your typical offenders, you know, taurine, beta-alanine, caffeine, dimalate, your standard sort of pre-workout sort of stuff. The reason I bought this is I bought it after DMA was I guess banned, and I couldn't find any more methyl effects anywhere. Not making a mess. So it does have a little bit of DMAA in it. That being said, I don't know if it's advertised as No, wait, I'm sorry. I lied to you guys. It's not DMAA, it's DMHA, which is the, I guess, legal version of DMAA, which doesn't work nearly as well for what it's worth. This stuff, I may have had 3 doses, is pretty much unopened. Reason because is, number one, it doesn't work that well. I don't find DMAH or DMHA to be that good of a pre-workout substance. Also, not to bash on Stimulant 6, but the sour gummy tastes like ass. I wouldn't want to palate it. To me, it burned going down. So, tasted bad, didn't get me very far in the gym, so I just stopped using it. So, those are the pre-workouts that I had at my immediate disposal. Stimulant, which I would tell you to pass on. Methyl effects, which, if you don't mind the DMAA, go get it. Shit kicks ass. And then The Curse, which is by Cobra, which, if you are just getting into pre-workouts, I tell you to go give it a shot. 2 other pre-workouts that I want to throw honorable mentions at that I don't have with me is Assault's pre-workout and then C4's pre-workout. Both of those, I would say, are pretty standard intro pre-workouts. They've got your standard offenders, your caffeine, beta-alanine, citrulline, or argentine pronunciation. Someone correct me on that. So basically your vasodilators and your stimulants and your creatine. That's basically what pre-workouts are going to come down to. Assault does have some beetroot, which is going to help with inflammation, which is kind of nice. And they don't taste terrible either. They're not the best tasting pre-workouts you're ever going to find, but they're a good entry point, and they're reasonably inexpensive. So those are the 5 pre-workouts. 3 of them got right in front of you. 2 of them I don't have with me, but I have used in the past, so I'd recommend to check them out, see if you like them. If you do, great, leave me a comment down below. If not, well, everybody has different opinions, I guess. But that's what I got for you guys today. Here in a little while, I will do a review on one of the, I guess, peptides that I have tried, BioGrow. So look for that in the next little while. And until next time, keep lifting, have fun, be safe.